Hi, writers! If you don't know me yet, my name is Brittany Wang. I read and write YA fantasy novels, currently working on my fairy fantasy on Wings of Ash and Dust. I'm also an author website designer and author life mentor on Patreon. And I'm super excited to talk to you guys today about growing your author platform, no matter the size of your current following, whether you are published or not yet published like me. Specifically, I'm going to share with you the 4-step strategy I use to grow my author website from 0 to 1,800 newsletter subscribers in 1 year, and so much more. Ooh, I'm excited. This is going to be a really fun class, and I see a bunch of you are already here, and some of you have already introduced yourself, but I'd love for all of you to introduce yourself in the chat box with what genre you write in. Let us know if you are unpublished or published currently, and what ways have you tried to grow your author platform already, and has it worked or has it not? If you've been around my channel long enough, you know that I love creating writing community and connecting writers to each other to find support, betas and CPs. And I also love getting to know people before I teach them anything. So make sure to post that in the chat box. And I'm excited to sort of cater this webinar to what will help you guys most because of that. I'm also going to save a little energy. Oops. I'm not going to do that. There we go. I'm going to get rid of my face, but not my audio. And we're going to keep going here. And I'm just looking in the chat box here. We have a contemporary romance writer currently published. Very exciting. We have, let's see, YA, adult fantasy novel. We have some of you are unpublished. We have another YA fantasy. Yes, my fantasy people are here. Let's see, unpublished adult multi-genre. Awesome. Another YA fantasy. Hi, Megan. And yeah, just saying hi to a bunch of you. I see Jesse, Morgan, Athena, Sarah, Hannah, Lee Ann, Megan, Courtney, Cam, Kira, you guys, there's so many people here. I'm so excited. Cool. Let's keep going. And let's start off with what you guys will learn today. Today, I'm going to show you how you can get found by your ideal audience and readership, pull them in with content that is uniquely you, and grow an engaged following using a website and newsletter that continues to do the hard work for you. And I want to let you know that you can do this all without any books published, but it's totally fine if you're published too. These tips will definitely work for you as well. Having a huge following, a social following or email list to start, you don't need that either. And you don't need any previous experience with websites or newsletters, okay? All right, are you with me yet? Basically, by the end of this webinar, I want you to have the tools to gain your next 100 subscribers in as little as 1 month, but I need your full attention. So close out any unnecessary tabs, put that phone away, I see it, and prepare to take some notes because this is going to be jam-packed with goodness. Literally, you guys, all day yesterday, all day today, I've just been going back over this whole thing and adding new stuff, and just I'm super excited. So if you guys are excited, again, let me know if you're excited about this goal in the chat box, and let's keep going. Also, I want to let you know that this process I'm going to show you today is the same process I teach my author website bootcamp students. So let's get to know a few of them, and some of them are actually in the chat box right now. So if you guys are here, definitely feel free to be like, hey, I've taken Brittany's bootcamp. I know I see some of you that have actually created your website for you. So feel free to shout that out. You guys are awesome, and I'm going to give you a few of you a little shout out right now. So let's just take a look at Laura Ross. And for each of these, I have their actual website URL. So if you want to go check out their websites and see how their platform turned out, you can do that. But Laura says, I knew I needed to create an author website, but I had no idea where to begin. But Brittany guided me every step of the way until I had a finished product I was proud to show others. Not only did I gain the tools to maintain my website, but also insightful tips on how to create engaging newsletters that organically grow a following. Overall, it was a stress-free and fun process. I'm so glad. And I wholeheartedly recommend Brittany to anyone looking to create a stunning and effective website. Next, we have Holly. Davis, and she says, working with Brittany on my website was one of the best decisions I've made in my writer journey thus far. I didn't realize all the things I didn't know until working with her. Now I have exactly what I wanted, an author website I am proud of and can share with confidence. Brittany's well-organized and thorough teachings gave me the tools I needed to create my site with ease, and I even doubled my newsletter subscriber count, which I'd been struggling to increase. Woot woot! And also, just to show a student who has published multiple books, Bethany had this to say. When I went through Brittany's course, I was shocked by how much I hadn't known about Wix, which is the website builder we use, and how many tools I'd been missing out on. Now that I've gone through the course, my pages are a lot more functional, a lot prettier. Plus, I redesigned my store, learned how to send invoices, took my newsletter to the next level, and more. I wish I'd done it a lot sooner, and I recommend Brittany to everyone now. If you want a gorgeous website that attracts readers, this course is perfect for you. You guys are so sweet. So basically, tonight I want to teach you this process so you can work smarter, not harder. I actually did an Instagram poll last week asking about your guys' biggest trouble spots when it comes to growing your following. And the most popular question by far could basically be summed up like this. How do I grow an audience and keep them engaged as an author, especially if I'm not published? Well, to answer that question, I'm going to share with you 4 major things, okay? First, we're going to talk about why a website and a newsletter is your greatest asset. Next, I'll share how I grew to 1,800 subscribers in 1 year while unpublished. Next, I will reveal my 4-step strategy to start growing fast, plus my magic tool to help you grow even faster. And if you stay all the way to the end, I'm going to show you how you can start right now without the overwhelm, because nobody wants to be overwhelmed, right? And I'm just seeing people in the chat. You guys are all excited. And I just see a question right here that I want to say. Jessie is saying, will your advice help those who use WordPress? And I want to say, Jessie, that it will help you because I'm sharing very general ideas for most of this webinar. But a lot of what I do in my course and what I teach is specifically geared towards Wix. But all of this that I share today will be super helpful. And Jessie, I want to talk to specifically people like you at the very end. So if you can stay to the very end and ask that question one more time, I do want to bring up that topic as well. But hopefully that answers your question for now. And let's continue as you guys are introducing yourself. For anybody who showed up late, I want to introduce myself one more time. Hello, I am Brittany. There is the link to my website if you'd like to check out what mine turned out like. Again, I am a reader and a writer of YA fantasy novels. I'm currently unpublished, but I've made a lot of traction since I started my author platform and got serious about writing and publishing my books in January of 2018. So sort of recent. My author newsletter has grown to over 1,800 subs. I actually checked it today and I have over 1,900 subs right now. So that's awesome. I am on Instagram and I have almost 2,500 subs there. I'm an authortuber as well, as you can see here. And I'm nearly at 3,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed already and you want to help a girl out, you can hit that subscribe button below and you'll get a ton of value, I swear. I'm also an author website designer and author life mentor on Patreon, and I'm a wife, a Raven Puff, and a believer. Any other Raven Puffs in the house, let me know. It's a great combo. But if you are looking at this and you're like, gosh, that's a lot, that's definitely not where I am, I want you to be encouraged because this wasn't always me. Again, when I started getting serious about writing and publishing my books in January of 2018, I kept hearing from my friends who were already published that they wish they had started growing their readership so much earlier. They'd spent so much time writing the book of their heart, perfecting it till it shined. But when they were ready to publish it, it was a mad dash to find people who actually wanted to purchase and read their books. From their experience, I was convinced I didn't want to publish my books and then have that mad dash. So even though all I had was just a book idea and basically a first chapter that I totally ended up rewriting like 10 times. Anybody else go through that? If I was serious about publishing and successfully selling my books, I needed to start building my readership now. So I started an account on Instagram with absolutely no following. And from my feed on the left, where I started, you can tell absolutely no idea what I was doing. But after starting my author website and newsletter, my following has grown and multiplied in leaps and bounds over the last 2 years, which I'll tell you more about in a bit. But I want to dispel this myth right away because I quickly realized the truth. Social media alone wouldn't be enough to really build my readership. Social media platforms are a great place to start. I'm not going to knock them. I love them. I use them all the time. They're definitely part of my strategy and they should definitely be a part of yours. But if that's the only thing you're using, beware, because they can fall out of popularity. So people can all of a sudden just not think it's cool anymore and get off of there and you lose your following. Algorithms work for you one day and again the next, and against you the next. So it's really fickle and you can do all the right things and still not get seen. And honestly, any kind of social media could disappear any day. You don't own it. It's a business. If they're not doing well, something happens, they need to shut down, they will shut down and you will lose all your followers again. So if any of this is relating to you, if you know what I'm talking about, you've experienced any of this, I just want you to type agreed or amen in the comments right now so I know I'm not alone. Because basically, I want to remind you, you do not own your audience, okay? When you are only on social media. Social media owns your audience. It's basically like going to someone else's party. It's a great place to start meeting new people, getting exposure. But at the end of the day, it's still someone else's party. They set the rules. You try to play by their rules. And even when you do, sometimes it doesn't work out, okay? So I realized I needed a new plan. If I wanted to gain some traction, I needed a new strategy. I needed to get some control and figure this thing out. So I love research. I did a lot of research, asked a lot of questions of people who have done this for a long time. And what I learned is the only real way to, 1, own your audience, 2, keep them engaged, and 3, continually grow your following is to throw your own party with an author website and a newsletter. Basically, creating a website and a newsletter allows you to do these things. It allows you to create a central hub for your platform that you have full control over and is uniquely you. Show professionalism to others in the book industry. Convert book lovers and writers into committed, engaged fans, and that's what we're going to talk a lot about in this webinar. And have direct access to those fans in their email, their personal space. It's not just a social media where they check every once in a while. Their email is something that most people check a lot more frequently. So what did I do? Well, using my years of experience with Wix's website builder, I've built websites for myself for other things and for other organizations for a few years now. I created my author website and newsletter, and using the 4-step strategy I'm going to teach you today, I gained over 400 subscribers in just 2 months. And as you know, a little over a year later, my list grew to over 1,800 subscribers, now 1,900, and I don't even have any books published yet. Blah! Plus, I've helped over 30 authors create the websites and newsletters of their dreams too, and now I'm so excited to help you. So, are you ready to get practical? Let's talk about my 4-step strategy. Plus, I'll show you my magic tool for growing even faster as I share with you what I actually did myself, okay? First, before we even get to the 4-step strategy, a few more things. Let's start with our ultimate goal, just making sure we're all on the same page. And if I wasn't clear before, the goal is to get newsletter subscribers that will want to buy your books. Just taking a drink here for a second. Okay. These are not just people passively clicking the follow button on social media and then never interacting with you again. If someone subscribes to your newsletter, they are inviting you into their personal space of their inbox, saying they want your updates. They like what they see and they want more. These are the people that have the most potential to buy your books and become your super fans because, again, they want more. But the truth is, no one subscribes to a newsletter just because someone asks them to. Just like someone won't buy your book just because you scream from the rooftops, buy my book, buy my book. And even if you have a beautiful, fantastic website, which I still believe is very, very important, we're going to talk about that later, just having a website isn't enough to get people to subscribe. Think about when you're deciding to give someone your email. Do any of us really need more clutter in our inboxes? No way. The only things we're clicking subscribe for these days are things that give us real value. And by value, I mean something that educates, entertains, or inspires us. Something that brings value to our lives, making it somewhat improved or better. Again, think of the last time you subscribed to something. When was the last time you subscribed to something? Whenever it was probably something or someone promising to teach you something you really wanted to learn, so education. Saying they would send entertainment of some kind that you couldn't wait to get, or promising to deliver something you knew would inspire you straight to your inbox. So, if the goal is to get newsletter subscribers that will want to buy your books, the answer is to offer something of value, or an opt-in, that's what it's called, or an incentive. You'll hear me say these words as we go forward, that your ideal reader can't wait to subscribe in order to get. I'm going to say that again. If your goal is to get newsletter subscribers that will want to buy your books, the answer is to offer something of value, so an opt-in, that your ideal reader can't wait to subscribe in order to get. And for a more full picture, before we get into the 4-step process, this is 6 steps of how people end up subscribing to you. So this is just, I have some tips in here, but also just so you can get the full picture. So here we go. First, you show up at someone else's party, typically a social media platform of some kind, where your ideal reader is hanging out. This is where you develop what's called know, like, and trust. To get people to subscribe or follow you, first people need to get to know you, like you, and then grow to trust you. If you stand shyly off in your own corner, no one is going to notice you or want to interact with you, let alone get excited about or buy your books. We often get shy, or we even turn people away with our constant follow me, care about my writing journey, buy my book, when we feel pressure to get followers. Okay, that's what we act. We're either shy or we're like begging for attention. So I say, get rid of that pressure and instead focus on making friends, not followers. I'm going to say that again. Focus on making friends, not followers. Everybody with me, say it one more time. I want you to say it at home. Ready? Focus on making friends, not followers. I always think of like Nemo too. Friends, not food. But you need to spend time at someone else's party to get to know people, to get exposure, share about yourself, and show your personality, but also bond with others that write or fan over the same books, but also bring value to people. Again, in some educational, entertaining, or inspiring way. This makes you stand out as someone who is not just there to promote themselves, but who cares about others and uses what they share to bring goodness into others' lives. I'm going to give you a few specific examples of what these kinds of things might look like in a bit, but for now, ask yourself, am I bringing any kind of value to others while I'm on social media, or am I constantly talking about myself and just being an observer, but not someone that engages with others? And I love that some of you are typing in the comments, focus on making friends, not followers. Yes, I love it. And Cam CC Gilling says, basically adopt an introvert is going to be the cornerstone of my platform. Development. I love that. Yes. So good. Yeah, friends, not food. Christine, totally. Great. Did I finish this slide? Yes, I think I did. Yes. So we're moving on. So step 3 is now you offer some kind of exclusive value. Up through step 2, you're still at someone else's party, getting to know and giving value on those platforms. So you're not only going to be like, I'm not going to give you anything until you come to my website. No, again, know, like, and trust. Give value on other platforms away for free first. Now that friends know, like, and trust you, you can now say something like, if you want even more, I want to give you an exclusive gift just for signing up for my newsletter, AKA a newsletter opt-in. Step 4, this gives people who are even remotely invested in you and what you're already offering the chance to take the next step in checking out your party, AKA your website. I've separated this step from the next step of newsletter because before they sign up, your website is what they will see. This is important. And again, I said it's not, you shouldn't just have the website, or it's not just a pretty website that's going to get you subscribers, but this is why it's part of the equation here, okay? Your website is your first impression, and in a lot of ways, the promise of the level of professionalism and personality and care you're going to have when you enter a person's inbox. It's gonna be a few things I'm gonna say again and again, I think, but I just wanna say this. Your website is your first impression. Yeah, they saw you on social media, but once they go to your website, if it is lower quality or not or is hard to navigate, chances are they won't subscribe. But if you show professionalism and care and personality, they are going to be even more excited to subscribe to your newsletter. Finally, they'll sign up for your newsletter, step 5, because they only will get the offering you promised that they really wanted if they sign up. But it doesn't stop with them just subscribing. They can always grab your freebie and unsubscribe shortly after if they don't enjoy the content you send next. So to keep them subscribed, you need to respect their inbox and keep giving them related value through your newsletter, eventually cultivating a list of people who grow to be super fans. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of steps to getting subscribers, and in a bit I'm going to break it down to only 4. But what I'm going to show you next is how I eventually made many of these steps automated. So all I need to do is set up this process once and then allow my website to do most of the hard work for me. And I'm just going to check before we move on some comments here. And Christine's just saying, I'm so much, it's so much more beneficial to have a handful of friends in the world of literature than having mindless followers. Mindless followers benefit you in no way. Totally agreed. I love it. And Martin is doing a great thing here. If you have a question, you're watching live, if you want to put a Q and then a colon and then a question that you have, then I will see that comment a lot easier. I think Holly's also in here, who is my wonderful moderator, and she's going to let me know if I miss anything too. But Martin says, what about all the people asking me to keep them updated with my book, but I don't have a website and newsletter yet? For example, everyone from church and my banker. That's so exciting. So Martin, I'm actually working on Martin's website right now. And so what we need to do is get you to that place where you have that website and newsletter. And I'm so glad that I'm helping you this month to do that. Now, let's use my experience as a case study, okay? For me, I'm a fantasy writer, which means one of my favorite things is building complex worlds and epic stories, something that my readers are bound to love as well. So I decided to create a series Bible or story binder for myself. Key thing, did it for myself first, where I'd store all the details about my story while I plot and write. This, again, was totally just something I started out creating for me. But when thinking about growing my audience and asking how I could bring value to others, especially to other writers who love plotting and reading epic stories, I thought, why don't I share this tool with anyone else who could use it too? But I didn't just offer this tool to anyone who watched my video. In my video, I showed the templates that I used and basically what I included, but I made the templates that they could print out and use for themselves and customize for themselves exclusive to only those that went to my website and signed up for my newsletter. And guys, people loved it, and this video blew up. As I'll talk about later, this video became what they call evergreen content because people kept discovering it through YouTube and Google search without me even doing anything. I'd also set up a system through my website where all someone would have to do is sign up for my newsletter, and these templates were automatically delivered to their inbox. So again, all I had to do is set up everything once, and then my video and website automations did the work for me. and people were signing up by the droves, okay? This video has now reached over 9,000 views and continues to bring in new subscribers all the time. In fact, I did a little poll with some of my followers and asked them how they found me or how they got hooked into my newsletter. And a lot of them were like, oh, your series Bible video. So sometimes it takes only one. Sometimes it takes you a while to get that one and figure out what that one is. And we're going to talk about how you can figure that out. So stick with me. But this one was one of the ones. And again, this is an example of me simply living out my writing journey, but then making notes of what I'm learning or creating and then sharing it exclusively with my subscribers. I see a question from Rebecca. She says, should you have a separate newsletter for readers versus writers? How to entertain, inspire, and give value to both? Rebecca, I am going to mention that when I talk about my magic tool. So if you, if I don't talk about it when I get there, definitely repeat that question for me, okay? And actually, a few of you are saying, yes, that's how I found out about you, Brittany, through your series Bible video. Anybody else? I see Kira and Morgan. If anybody else, or just let's just do a little marketing study. And how did you find out about me? Was it through one of my videos and what I offered? Did you subscribe to the newsletter? Let's just get some social proof right here. And then Jessie says, I found her through the Wonder Writers vlog. So that was another content thing that I put out there. And yeah, I'm so excited. I loved that writers retreat. Wasn't it awesome? Great. So let's move on. Over time, I added more, okay? I also did videos on topics like how I grew my author platform by doing live streams. And I also did another video on tips about how to come up with a bunch of different book title ideas. And I ended each of these videos. Again, I gave some value for free. But if people wanted certain tip sheets or worksheets that help them further with either of these processes, they could sign up for my newsletter and get those exclusively. As you can tell, I tend to do a lot of these kinds of educational opt-ins because I personally love teaching, okay? And we're going to talk about how you can figure out what your thing is. But when I was sort of examining myself, I was like, I love teaching. And that might not be your style, okay? But just so you know, and I want to encourage any of you that don't feel like you have the credibility or the opportunity to teach, you don't technically have to be a teacher at heart to just share what you're learning. And take people on the journey with you, especially with writing. There are so many different ways to approach writing and to plot a novel or to do any of those kind of things. And so, yeah, I just encourage you guys that it's okay to just share what you're learning as you go. And it's okay to be like, hey, I'm not an expert, but this is what worked for me. So if it works for you, great. Let me continue with my notes though. But so I say, as a writer, you should always be learning and growing. So one thing you could do, here we go, is simply take stock of what you're learning as you go, share those findings with your subscribers while putting your own spin and personal experience on it. And depending what your comfort zone is, you could do this in a video, a blog post, or even just a post on Instagram or Twitter, or anywhere your ideal readership is going to hang out. Or you could simply create a PDF or hidden page on your website where you can continually add like helpful articles and resources you love and share other people's education instead. I'm going to say that again. You can share other people's education instead. And so the value you're giving here is a curated list of resources on certain topics that have really been helpful for you and you hope will help your audience. And this is instead of them having to do all the searching themselves. So I don't know about you guys, but I love when somebody puts a bunch of resources together that I can find all in one place and I know that it's really helped somebody else and I can just go from there. Oh, you guys are just sharing all this great stuff about how you found me. I'm going to go back and read this later. I did see a question. Martin says, will this be available on playback? I have to go into church. Okay, so I'm just going to say for any of you, I really encourage you to stick around as long as you can because at the end of this webinar, again, I have some goodies to give you and I have some really great things that I think you're going to want to know by the end. So yes, it will be available for replay, but there's going to be a couple things that are only pretty much exclusive to those who are here live. So I just encourage you guys, if you're still here, try to stay. I'm going to try to wrap up. Yeah, maybe not going to make an hour, maybe an hour. I'll probably say the goodie by the hour mark, but then I'll be sticking around for questions after as well. So anyway, I see another question by Courtney. Should the colors of your website newsletter correspond with the genre you write in? It's a great question, Courtney. My short answer is yes, as much as possible. But like me, I chose my colors for more of my brand and not just my genre because I knew I wanted to do more than just fantasy. So yes and no, short answer, but you can bring it up at the end and I can answer that again in more detail. Jesse says, do you feel we should have a YouTube? I feel like authors nowadays get most of their followers. Jesse, my answer is to be wherever your ideal readership is. And we're going to talk about that, how you can find them a little bit more in a second. Let's move on though. Now you might be asking, what about if I still don't want to educate or resource writers specifically? What about those other entertainment or inspiration options you mentioned? So let's address the other two. But first, before we move on to the other options, let me tell you that I think education is one of the best ways to pull people in, especially because it instantly says this is value. And people are often searching for help online with specific topics. So if you create something that's educational that solves a help kind of question, you're instantly searchable and easy for people to find again and again. And if you don't want to target writers, try to think about and brainstorm what topics readers that love your genre want help with or are looking for. For example, it's just an idea. If I'm writing YA fantasy, I could curate a list of what I consider the top YA fantasy books. I could include reviews and be a resource for new and upcoming books in that genre. Again, making sure this is something people only get if they are subscribed to my newsletter. If people love your recommendations and how you educate them in this way, again, this is education, many of them are bound to be excited when you yourself come out with a book in that same genre. I see another question. We're just going to pop in here. Morgan says, what else can you give people besides tips and advice? That's what we're talking about right now, Morgan. So never mind. Here we go. I'm going to answer all your questions. So saying all that, I want to explain that I have personally chosen to make writers one of my top priorities because, number one, any good writer is almost always an avid reader and purchaser of books. And two, other writers have readerships of their own. So if you help them and connect with them in an impactful way, like helping them on their own writing journey, chances are they will be excited about your book and not only want to buy and read it themselves, but they might even write a review because they know how important reviews are for authors. And if they absolutely love it, they will probably gush about it to their followers, AKA you're reaching an even bigger audience by not really doing that much at all. But I digress. Let's not now talk about what you can offer as entertainment and inspiration. To me, inspiration and entertainment opt-ins for authors can overlap a lot. And so I'm going to just couple them together here. For me, one of my opt-ins that falls in this category is my Save the Cat experiment series with Bethany Altazada, where Bethany and I outlined a book with our audience live. While this was partly education, as we talked about and used the Save the Cat beats to plot our novel, it was also just plain fun. We did this live for anyone to watch and interact with on YouTube, but we gave the full outline of the story only to our subscribers. So again, something for everyone. And then if people want more, you give them more exclusively. If this kind of idea sounds fun to you, with a few tweaks, you could offer some kind of interactive experiment of your own with your own audience where they watch or help you come up with a story in some way, even if it's more in a series of newsletters or exclusive blog posts. Maybe you do polls or surveys to help get your audience involved instead of doing a live video. Or you could simply give sneak peeks into your plotting or chapters as you write your current story you're hoping to publish that only your newsletter subscribers can see. Before I go on, I didn't actually make notes about this, but I just also want to mention that you could do some kind of challenge. So I don't have a specific idea in this moment besides what I've already done, but I did a plot your novel in a month challenge when I was first starting out on Instagram. It doesn't, again, have to be with writers. It can be with readers. So you could do some kind of reader challenge that you host on Instagram or Twitter or wherever, sort of create a custom hashtag for that challenge and get a bunch of your friends and followers excited about it, do it over multiple days, have a lot of interaction. And then in the midst of or during the challenge, you could have some kind of offering that you give them if they subscribe to your newsletter. So again, they're getting the interaction from a challenge and building friends and getting to know you more. But then you have some kind of element where if they want to do the next challenge, they should subscribe to your newsletter so that they get to know when it is, something like that. All right, let's go to the next one, the one on the right here. Another really fun, interactive, and inspiring option is to create some kind of exclusive group, like a Facebook group. So I created the Plotter Life Writers Facebook group and I was actually out of the Plotter Life Writers hashtag challenge on Instagram. You can still follow the hashtag on Instagram and see all the posts from that. But I wanted to continue it into more of a community, not just a one-time challenge. So I created the Plotter Life Writers Facebook group for writers to find support, friends, and help each other on their writing journey, aka giving them some inspiration and support. But again, you could just start an exclusive group just for your subscribers where they can chat with you about your writing progress, books in your genre, or anything else you can think of that you think they'd enjoy. Or better yet, what they tell you they would enjoy, which you should ask them. And we'll talk about how you can ask them more later, because again, you want to offer something that they want. But for me, Plotter Life Writers is a group anyone can join, but I filter out like potential trolls from joining the group by making the group private. This means anyone can find the group, but they have to answer a couple of, intro questions first before I approve them into the group. And I love this Facebook group feature, you guys. Again, it's a private group, but you set it where you need approval, and then you set up a couple of questions they need to answer. One of the questions, I bring this up because one of the questions I ask is if they'd like to join my newsletter as well as join the group. And if so, would they provide their email? I don't force anyone to do this, but I do get a ton of people that request to sign up. And as my group grows and has grown to about over 900 members right now, Facebook has actually started to advertise the group for me. When you see like advertisements on the side of Facebook, and a lot of them are Facebook groups, Facebook is actually bringing in people I never would have reached on my own. How do I know this? Because I made one of my questions be, how did you hear about this group? And tons of people say that Facebook suggested to them. So a lot of people say, yeah, I found your YouTube video or I found you on Instagram. But a lot of people say that they have no idea who I am, that Facebook suggested the group to them. So crazy pants, if you want to build a community and that's something you love to do, there's an idea for you. A third option is offering exclusive access to an insider page on your website where you share updates about your book. So this is for anyone who's just like, hey, I just want to get people excited about my book. I'm not ready to start thinking about all this other stuff, which I greatly encourage you to think about all this other stuff. But if you want to do this or this as well as something else, this could be things like first looks at things like chapters, book covers, character art, etc. before you share it on social media. Or you could share fun things like what actors would be in your dream cast if your book were a movie, a link to a Spotify playlist of music that has inspired your book as you write, or that readers can even listen to while they read your book. How fun would that be? And more. And if you want a specific example of like any of these things, again, you can just go to my website. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. Hey, there you go. And you become a member where you can get access to that insider page along with all my other stuff. I see a question from Leslie. Do you have a separate personal and author account on Facebook? Short answer, yes, I do. And I keep those things separate so that just good to have some privacy and some separation. There you go. Now, those were a lot of opt-ins that worked for me. And one thing I've learned and seen is that the same opt-in won't always work for multiple people. And if you simply copy my ideas, it's not guaranteed that you'll have the same effect. For example, when I did my series Bible video, there was only 1 or 2 other videos about them that I could find, and they weren't widely known about, and they didn't offer downloadable templates like I do. Now I see a ton of videos on YouTube about it and lots of people creating their own templates, but the opt-in isn't working as well for newbies because it's been overdone at this point. I think if you really wanted to do a series Bible opt-in, you'd really have to put a incredibly fresh and unique spin on it. So pay attention to what other people are offering and don't just copy. You're going to have to get a little creative. The other thing I learned is that you can't just pick an arbitrary thing to offer, share it once, and then expect the subscribers to roll in. It just doesn't work, okay? So if you want me to explain how you can figure out the right opt-in for you and how to make it successful, type yes in the comments and let's get into it, because here is my 4-step strategy for growing your author platform with your website and newsletter, just like I have, plus my magic tool to grow faster. So let's take a deep dive into this 4-step process. And the first two steps, everybody's saying, yes, oh, I'm so excited. The first 2 steps are questions for you to answer and to brainstorm yourself. So first, the half of why people subscribe to you is because of you, and you need to understand who you are, and not just you as a person, but you as an author and as your brand. So get a piece of paper and start brainstorming answers to this question. Who am I? Who are you? What makes me unique? What things do I like? What things could connect to my author platform? What things are unique about my books and what I write? What makes me stand out? And it could be things about, like how you think or how you communicate, your personality, things you gravitate towards, and what value from all that do you think that you could bring to others? This is probably going to be a little harder to just brainstorm something off the top of your head, but you might have some ideas from this. And I would encourage you just set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes, brainstorm answers to these questions, and think of as many things that you could to offer people. The second step is to understand who your reader is. So you want to attract the right reader. We talked about the ideal reader, the person who will actually want to pick up your books. So who is your ideal reader? I want you to list everything. So for me, it would be people who like YA, who like fantasy, who like world building, who like epic books, who like magic and all the different kind of stuff. And then you want to find out where they are hanging out, okay? So this is part of, I think someone mentioned earlier, should I have a YouTube channel? If your audience is on YouTube, yes, you should do that. So it might take a little bit of either asking some other authors in your genre or just doing your own research yourself and figuring out, okay, if I'm a young adult, where are the young adults? Where are the people that read YA? And from what I've gathered recently, the truth recently is that a lot of people, a lot of young adults or people who read YA are on Instagram. So I'm on Instagram a whole heck of a lot. If you're more adult, your audience is more adult readers, you might want to be more on Facebook. What I like about YouTube, and I'll just say this real quick, with YouTube or having a blog, again, those kind of things are searchable. You can find through search. You can search keywords or connect keywords to those things, and they can be evergreen content. So if you can be on YouTube, a lot of people are watch YouTube and love YouTube. If that is something, again, that aligns with you and who you are, and you would enjoy that, and your audience is there, then I would definitely start an authortube channel and put your own spin on it and be you and do it. And then share your value through that and then connect people to your newsletter. And we're going to get there. I'm skipping ahead, but so know your reader, who your ideal reader is, find where they are and go there and have an account and start making friends, not followers, right? Get to know them. Again, this is this friends, not followers kind of idea. Interact with them, hang out with them, and ask them what they want. Crazy idea, I know. But if you are making relationships, watch their feed, but like also talk to them and figure out like what do they enjoy? What books do they love to read? What kind of things would help them in their life that maybe you would have something of value to add. I did see a question. Counseling with Heart. What if you're using a pen name and need to keep your real name private? I would just use your pen name. Cam says, is being on camera a must to build influence? From what I've seen, authors who are in front of the camera on YouTube or Insta seem to get more traction. Cam, real quick, I'll just answer this question real quick. My short answer, yes. The more, even if you just start with Insta stories, you show who you are in your face. People want to not just connect to a book. Like if they connect to a book, sometimes they'll stop with that book and they'll be like, that was a great book. But if all of a sudden they're connecting to the author, whatever that author does, and they can see that face and see that personality, they're all of a sudden connected to a person. So whatever that person is doing, if they love them, they're going to follow them and they're going to check out what they're doing. So if you can make it more personal by being on camera or at least showing your face, yes, I think you'll make a lot more traction and again, make more friends than just followers. Short answer there. Step number 3, through your newsletter, you want to make an offering. And I have this arrow here in the middle of the 2 circles here because you want to make a newsletter offering that both your readers will love, but you will also love providing. So if you go ahead and make something that your readers are going to love, but you're going to hate putting together, then please don't do it. It's going to come out forced and it's not going to be authentic to who you are. And people are going to be able to tell. If you're doing something that just you love and you're really excited about it and you didn't take the time to like ask anybody if they'd want it or ask them what they would want, like I did with this webinar, you guys, I didn't just set up this webinar. Like I pulled people and I asked them questions. I asked about their pain points and I made sure that what I was creating was going to be helpful for them, not just fun for me. So you want to make these 2 lists. Again, set your timer, brainstorm these 2 lists, and then figure out where the overlap is. Figure out what would be great that you would really enjoy providing, but that's something that your readers would really, really want from you. Okay, and the last step, number 4. Keep them coming back. So it's not just about doing that offering again and just letting it fly. To keep people coming back for more, you've got 2 camps, right? You've got the people who are subscribed and you want to keep subscribed, and the people that you want to gain new subscribers, right? So to keep people subscribed and create the superfan, you want to send out engaging newsletters. And somebody asked how many newsletters you should send. And I found success in sending just once a month. I think if you overwhelm people in their inbox, it'll just be way too much and they'll get sick of you and annoyed by you and unsubscribe. So only when I'm doing like one of these like kind of promotional things, I might send out maybe 2 newsletters a month or 3. But even if you just do once a month, even if you just start out doing once a quarter, if they're super overwhelming for you, and your newsletter is engaging and related on related topics that your ideal reader will love, it'll be like Christmas when they get something from you, and it won't be like, oh, there's another newsletter from them. I don't have time to read this right now. So yeah, engaging newsletters related to topics that your ideal reader will love along. And now you can start also, so I break up my newsletters into 2 sort of spaces. I start off with value for other people, and then I have like a continual section that's like, hey, this is an update about my book. So I start off with what I think will be most exciting for them. And then I follow it up with, hey, this is what's going on in my world. And usually at the top of my newsletter, I will give like a little sort of preview of like what's in the newsletter. And I'll list out, hey, this is the value you're getting. You also get an update like I'm looking for beta readers, or like I'm submitting to pitch wars. Those are a couple of things that I shared recently. So I say that at the very top so that when people just see the top of the newsletter, they can scroll down to whatever's most interesting to them. So I think if Rebecca's still here, I think that was your question, Rebecca. That's one thing you can do is sort of break your newsletter up into sections and then let people know what the sections are at the beginning of the newsletter. Moving on, my overall thought for that, just to wrap that up, is to strike a balance between something that's going to really engage them and then something that you really want them to know about your platform. And because you have given them value, they are then usually excited to see what you're up to. Now, to gain new subscribers, I want to encourage you guys to keep resharing this offering that you've created in a fresh way. So a couple examples. Your newest followers or those that weren't on social media might have missed when you first announced the offering that you have. So don't be afraid to reshare it. I wouldn't share it like every day or like every single week, but maybe once a month, like bring up your offering again and just say, hey, if you didn't know, I offer this and I hope it's helpful to you. And another thing is, like, if somebody asks a question or has an interest that connects to your offering, you can use your offering as like something that will help them or give them inspiration or entertainment. So you could say, hey, like, and this is why it's important to be involved in the community, because you know people and you see comments and you can say, hey, like, that's a great question, or I love that interest too. And actually I have an offering in my on my newsletter. And so if you subscribe, you can get that. And I hope that helps you. The other thing to keep in mind is that you can share certain things at certain opportune times. So specifically, if you're sharing things for writers, for example, if NaNoWriMo is coming around and you have offerings that will help people through NaNoWriMo, even if you've already posted it and shared it a million times, people might not have seen it or they might not have taken advantage of it at that time, and sharing it again will get them excited to sign up. But if you want to gain and keep subscribers even faster than this, I want to introduce you to my magic tool. And I want you guys to type ready in the comments if you're ready to hear about it. And while you're typing ready, I'm just going to go look back in comments and see if there is anything I missed here. Morgan says, I think I just get too overwhelmed and try to do everything at once. I've had my website finished for a few months and still haven't done anything more with it. So Morgan was actually in one of my boot camps, and yeah, she loves her website, but I hear you, girl. I hear that it's hard to sort of be on top of it, but I would create a schedule for you, for yourself. Make it a regular to-do list to do something ready with your website. Oh, everybody is saying ready. Okay, here we go. Here is the magic tool, okay? Basically, instead of only being able to offer one newsletter incentive at a time, which most people do, setting up a password-protected members page allows you to do the following things. This is my magic tool, members pages, okay? It allows you to set up multiple opt-ins to test and experiment with to see which ones help you get the most subscribers. So I wouldn't go crazy, Morgan, don't go crazy. Don't try to do it all at once, but like maybe every couple months or every month, think of a different thing you could try out. You could share a little bit on social media and then offer something exclusive to your newsletter subscribers. And you're now building like a library of things that future members are going to be like, oh my gosh, like I came for this one offering and now I'm getting all this other stuff with it. So this also gives you, again, more material to offer, which makes being a member more enticing and keeps existing subscribers engaged when you add new things. And so again, that is awesome. People are even more excited about it. And you can also bring in multiple kinds of audiences. So for example, writers and readers. And you can see on the right-hand side, I have both of them are a screenshot of my website, but on the right-hand side is the first page members see when they sign into my members page. And I have one sort of box and button that is writer resources. And I have one box and button that sends them to Brittany's book updates. So for mostly readers, they can go and not get bogged down by all the writer resources. They can just go and enjoy the book stuff. And if people aren't quite ready for the book stuff, or they've already checked it out and they really want the writer resources, they can go check out that page. And whoever goes to your members page for one thing, again, they might be like, oh, I didn't even know they were writing a book or what it's about. Or, oh, I came for the book stuff, but I didn't know that they were writer resources. I've always wanted to write a book. Maybe I should check out her stuff. And you never know. You could totally get somebody hooked back into their writing and inspire them all over again. Anyway, the last thing I want to say is all you have to do is put the password to your members page in that in an email that automatically gets sent out to your newsletter subscribers. And I also include it at the bottom of every newsletter just in case they lose it. And again, all of a sudden, you don't really have to do all that much. You just have to be like, I have a new offering on my newsletter or members page, or hey, like, remember that thing I talked about a while ago? It's there and it would be great for you right now, or whatever. And all you need to do is send them to your website. They go subscribe, they get the password in as an automatic email, and then they are set to go. And they're super excited how easy it was and how beautiful it is. And awesome. And Christine is saying, I love my members page. Christine was one of my boot campers. It's like my hub for info, so no one ever misses anything, no matter what they signed up for. I'm going to show Christine's testimonial in a little bit. And you guys, Christine's members page is one of my favorite members pages. It's beautiful and it's so fun. And she's writing an awesome book, actually multiple, I think. So yeah, you should go check out her members page. Just subscribe and check it out because it's great. Athena also says, our members pages, too many comments. Are members pages available on the free side of Wix? Yes, they are. And I'm going to talk about them a little bit more in a second. JJ says, making my members page was so fun and I plan to update it soon. Woo woo. JJ is actually one of my patrons and I got to sort of help her through her website stuff as well. Jessie asks, what newsletter host do you recommend? I have a MailChimp, but it's so frustrating to me and I gave up on it. Jessie, if you do it through Wix.com, it connects newsletters to it, and oh my gosh, it's just so easy. And I'm gonna show you in a second. Ready? Here we go. Okay, hold on. First, using the system through my social media platforms, website and newsletter. This is seriously how I've been able to grow as fast as I have before publishing anything. If you can see how using my website and newsletter strategy can help you get found by your ideal audience and readership, pull them in with content that is uniquely you, grow an engaged following while letting your website eventually do a lot of the hard work for you, then it is decision time. And Mary, Wix is free, and you don't need to upgrade in order to have a website. And I'm going to tell you that in a second. Okay, so it is decision time. What are you going to do next after you've learned all of this goodness? What is your plan of action? Okay, and I want you to type in the comments right now what it is, but I'm going to propose to you that you have two options, okay? Your first option is you can take what you've learned in this webinar and go from here. Try to figure out any other questions you have, answers to any other remaining questions on your own. There's a lot of information out there, but believe me, I've learned all this myself through research and a lot of trial and error, and it's one crazy maze of information, sifting through helpful and unhelpful things, and it takes a lot of time to figure it out yourself. Or your second option is this. We can do this together and fast. I want to help you brand yourself, create a fabulous custom website and newsletter step-by-step, learn how to use these tools to grow an engaged following that can't wait to buy your books. And to do this, I want to introduce you to my new self-study video course, Author Website Bootcamp, where you will learn how to create the author website and newsletter of your dreams in as little as 1 month. If you follow me for a while, you might have heard me talk about this course before, but in the past, I used to run it completely in a Facebook group, and me and the other boot campers would go through the material live over the course of 5 weeks. This didn't work for everyone because not everyone uses Facebook, and also it meant you had to go through the material at a certain time and pace. But now with this new self-study course, all the material is at your fingertips in an always active membership site. Plus you get lifetime access and you can go through the material as quickly or as slowly as you need. Plus you get immediate access to any updates or improvements to the course as time goes on at no extra cost. Now, if you're wondering if this course is the right program for you, I'm going to let you know that you are ready for this course if you are serious about publishing your books, even if it's someday in the future, and you are determined to build a readership that will be excited to buy them. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need to have a book finished or published. You don't need a big following or any web design experience. In fact, let me tell you a little bit about one of my boot campers, Katie. She says, I knew nothing about creating websites with Wix, but author Brittany Wang's website Bootcamp Facebook group at the time covered every single detail I needed to create my vision. She went above and beyond what I was expecting. Brittany is very responsive and passionate about achieving your goals and wants the best for you and your website. This was 110% worth my investment, and I'm so excited to actively build my author platform from it. My newsletter subscriber count has grown steadily over time, and Brittany has given me the tools and knowledge to continue that growth. Woohoo, people are excited. Even if you tried out Wix.com like Savannah has, here's what she had to say about, she had tried Wix before and then took my course. Okay, so she says, before taking Brittany's class, I knew about 15% of Wix's features, and that was after doing plenty of research. I wanted to learn more to enhance my website's usefulness and aesthetic appeal, but I didn't have time to sift through online videos, often outdated, to figure it out on my own. Brittany's course was the perfect solution to my problem. With the workbooks and tutorials available to me, I felt like I learned and achieved massive website success without the overwhelm I felt in the past. I 100% recommend Brittany Wang's Author Website Bootcamp. Woo! Yeah, and it was so fun to have these ladies in the group, but you're probably wondering what exactly is in this program. And this course is jam-packed with over 60 videos, worksheets, and downloadables that are separated into 5 basic units, okay? Let me know in the comments, just say I'm excited if you're excited to just learn more about what this course has to offer, okay? In Unit 1, I called this the Dreamstorm. And in this first unit, I help you set up a free Wix account, and I give you everything you need to brainstorm and plan your dream website. I tell you what to include. I help you with content writing. We talk about design and what your website should look like. And we totally try to get it into a place where it is uniquely you. And again, if you go to my website and you go to website, not tutorials, testimonials, you can look at all these different websites and see how unique they are. It's crazy. We talk about branding, so colors and a bunch of other stuff. Picking your newsletter opt-in. So again, if you want more personal help with that, I help you with that and more. Okay, the Unit 2 is Wix Basics and Basic Pages. And in this unit, I will walk you through step-by-step how to use the Wix editor and create your own unique design for the 4 basic pages any other website should have: a home page, an about page, a books page, and a contact page. Let me just tell you, I love Wix.com because unlike most website builders, it is completely drag and drop, no coding necessary, totally customizable, and I show you all the tips and tricks I've learned over the years about how to make the most of every feature as an author. That's the thing, guys. You can take a Wix course or website building course, but right now in this course, you're going to learn how to use these tools as an author specifically for your books and your author platform. And it's coming from not only a person who's used Wix a lot and has designed a bunch of websites, but a fellow author. You can also design your entire website for free, and I can even show you a way you can launch your website completely without upgrading to a premium plan if that's what you would like to do. And Athena is just chiming in here and saying, I don't even remember HTML anymore. Wix is very easy. I'm so glad to hear that. Unit 3 is all about newsletters, contacts, and members pages. So everything that we've been talking about here in this webinar, I go even further and even more practical in this part of the course. In this unit, you'll learn everything you need to know to grow your subscriber list and keep them engaged. Newsletter template design, we go over that and how you can create one design and then just duplicate it for all the rest of your newsletters. You don't have to recreate it every single time. We talk about newsletter content and all the different ideas of things that you can include, best practices for success, and setting up automations that connect your subscribers to your members only content. And I show you how to create that members only page step by step and how to create all those automations. It's fabulous. I see a question from Jesse. I have my whole website set up on WordPress along with my romance writing tips blog. Would it be jarring for my current followers to switch websites? on them suddenly. Jesse, if you have a custom URL, you can switch that URL to Wix.com. And if you're still paying for a premium WordPress account, I have a whole way that I have helped past WordPress people that want to move over to Wix, how they can gradually move over to Wix in a seamless way that doesn't disrupt their current followers. And you can even connect as an archive back to that writing tips blog. And I can show you all of that in the course. So hopefully, let me know if you have any other questions, but hopefully that helps. Megan also asked, how long do you estimate it takes to go through this course? That's a great question. I originally planned all of these units, each one to take about a week's time, but that's when we were doing it all live. And so we did it sort of paced out so everybody could keep up. I think that if you really knuckled down and set a schedule for yourself, you could get this all done in less than a month. And Christine is saying, yes, 1 month, Megan. Awesome. Let's move on because there are 2 more units. Unit 4 centers around bonus pages and final touches. And in this unit, you'll learn how to create 4 additional systems to engage your visitors and keep them coming back for more. So in addition to the members page and your opt-in, you could also create a blog page, a recommended reads page, a resource library page, that could be for readers or writers, and an FAQ page, a frequently asked questions page for all those pesky questions that you don't want to keep answering over and over again. Or you can even use it as a way to say, when somebody has a question, you'd be like, hey, go to my website to find out the answer. And all of a sudden they might see your newsletter and want to check it out. Unit 5, finally, focuses entirely on prepping for the launch of your website so you can have massive success right away. In this final unit, we will do final touch-ups. I even show you how to beta test your website with beta testers so that you make sure nothing is going to, no typos or broken links or anything are going to squeak by. We optimize your site for mobile viewing and Google search. We upgrade your site if that is what you would like to do. This sort of just gets rid of a small Wix ad at the top of your website. Again, it's not very intrusive, so if you want to stay free, that's totally fine. The big difference between upgrading is you get to connect a free domain URL. But with a free account, I can show you how to customize that free URL to be something like brittanyWang.wixsite.com/author or /books or whatever you want. And it's still not a bunch of gobbledygook, but it still connects to your brand and it's easy to remember. So you can keep it free even after you launch your website, and you can always upgrade it to a custom domain later on down the line. Or I can show you right away how to upgrade your site. And you can even, when you upgrade, I'm going to show you when you should upgrade so you can get a free domain URL for 1 year with Wix. Then finally, I will show you my launch plan and show you how to use it to springboard your success right away. Okay, cool. I see. All right, I already answered that question. Awesome, let's move on. So honestly, there is so much content in this program, the videos alone adding up to over 10 hours of footage, I'm not even kidding, that I probably could have set up each of these units as its own course, with each one valuing at nearly $200, coming out to a total of nearly $1,000 value. That's not what you're going to pay today. Stick with me. But I know the struggles of being an author, especially an unpublished one, and how hard it is to rationalize spending money on anything when you're busy being a mom or a dad or a spouse, or working a day job while you're working, or even having published books out and not making what you expected on your books, and then trying to rationalize, wait, I'm going to spend more money when I'm not even making money to begin with. In fact, I want you to succeed so much and have no barriers to taking advantage of this course that for the initial launch of this program, I'm cutting the price so low, it's ridiculous. First, before we talk about the actual price, just to put things into even better perspective, say you wanted me to do all the work for you, you could hire me to include all of these features for a total of $500. But you wouldn't get all the know-how and tools about how to continue to add to and customize your website going forward. I do show you a few things about how you can customize it yourself, but I still get a lot of clients that have hired me to make their website that come back and say, hey, can I hire you to do a new page? Or, hey, can I hire you again to fix this or to do that? And it ends up being more and more money when they could have, if they wanted to, take the course and learn all the stuff themselves so that they don't have to spend any more money going forward. The other thing is, if you already had a website you absolutely love, but you just wanted a few suggestions for how you could improve your website, you could hire me for an hour consult call at $50. But there's only so much I can help you with in that amount of time, and implementing my suggestions would be totally up to you after the call. Like I said before, the retail value of this course should be nearly $1,000. And that doesn't even include some more bonuses I'm going to give you that I can't wait to tell you about in just a moment. But like I said, I want to get rid of as many barriers as possible so authors with any budget can take advantage of this course. So, are you ready? I'm launching this course at only $150. The course will not always be this low. It's mostly for this launch, but because you showed up today, I want to reward you for being engaged and committed even further. And I'm going to give you an even bigger discount just for being here live. So for today, you will get an additional $51 off the retail price when you sign up right now. Basically, before this webinar ends. That means if you sign up today, you're getting this full package for only $99. That's it. All you have to do is go to the link on the screen here, or you can click on the link in the description below. And if you don't see that right now, you might have to just refresh the page because I added it right before we went live. But there should be this link in the description below, and you just use the coupon 51 off when you enroll, and you'll be getting this course at, I think I did the math right, 34% discount. And that's just from the launch price. If you compare it to what I should be pricing this, it's a little insane. But super important. If you pay in full today, I'm going to sweeten the pot even more. I want you to get results and get results quickly. So I'm going to give you a few key bonuses that will set you up for incredible success. Okay? And I'm just going here, I see a couple questions. What software did you use to create the new author website bootcamp webinar? Clary, we can talk about that in a little bit. And people are saying that's awesome. Peer pressure. Such an amazing deal. Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Payday isn't until tomorrow. So I'm going to let you know this, for those that can't pay until tomorrow, there's more things coming up in the coming days, but it won't be at this price. It will be at a discounted price, but it won't be at this price. So I'm going to be sort of running a promo for the next few days. So don't worry, if you don't get paid, you can still take advantage of some kind of discount, but this discount only lasts today. Website isn't working. No. Okay, hold on. Is anybody else, the website isn't working? Because I want to make sure that we are getting to the right place here. Hold on. Let me just make sure. This is why I kept some things open, people. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to save this. Save. All right, so if you want to refresh your browser, you will then see a new URL that's linked in my description, and let me know if that works or not, because if it doesn't work, we're gonna have problems. Oh, A&M Kimber says works for me. Okay, so either way, hopefully it works for you. This is grand of you, super amazing. Thank you, Letitia. Jess says, when does this price expire? I have to try and persuade my not so me, so I let me spend that much. Okay, so because I love you guys, I was going to make it until the end when this webinar ends, but because I love you guys so much and I still have more that I want to show you and bonuses I'm going to give you, I'm going to extend it to midnight tonight. So if you can't pay right now, I would love if you signed up right now, but okay, now it is working for you. Great. But for those of you that need a tiny bit more time, I'm going to extend it till midnight tonight, and that is EST time. So just make sure that you sign up with the coupon, because the coupon will expire after midnight. Okay, but let's get into bonuses, because bonuses are fun. Okay, so first, if you pay in full, you'll get access to not only the course, but our private Facebook group, where you'll not only be able to network with other authors who are serious about growing their platform, get their feedback, and share ideas, but you'll also get access to our monthly live stream sessions where you can submit your website design progress, and me and the group will give you live feedback and answer your questions. Like this course, you'll get lifetime access to this group. So even after you've launched your website, you'll be able to keep improving and adding to your website with the help of our support group. Plus, whenever I see a helpful article or video or resource about websites and newsletters, I always try to post them in the Facebook group as well for you to check out. And I organize everything in the units tab with different sections with all of this stuff, so it's easy to find. I know Facebook can be really frustrating, but I make it really easy to find. When I've run this bootcamp in the past, students love the tutorials so much, but they also raved about the friendships, feedback, and support they were able to gain through the interaction in the Facebook group. And honestly, those that were the most active in the Facebook group were the first to finish their websites and have the most success. And I'm going to tell you about a couple people right now and how it worked for them. But I just, again, want to encourage you guys, if you sign up for the course, please get into the Facebook group and please utilize it. Post your homework there, post for feedback. I swear it is really, really helpful. If you're doing this just by yourself, you can do great, but we learn so much, and you learn so much in those monthly live stream videos as well. Courtney, will you offer a payment plan in the future? And Courtney, there is actually a current payment plan there. There's no discount for it, but if you want to do a payment plan, it is there for you. It should be already set up on the page. Cool. And Christine is saying, Christine, I love that you're here. Christine is saying that yes, and that's actually who I'm going to talk about. She loved the Facebook group, and she still communicates with most of the people from her boot camp to this day. So let's see what Christine had to say. She said, I have paid thousands of dollars for a professional website in the past. While it was beautiful, it was limited, and I couldn't perform updates or changes to it without the fear of ruining HTML codes and wasting all of the money I'd spent. Brittany's course was totally HTML free, taught me the ins and outs of my website, and she gave me countless tips on how to increase my SEO and make my website user-friendly for visitors. This course was worth every penny and time I put into it. On top of everything, Brittany is such a cheerleader, and I feel as though I've made many friends within the website bootcamp group. Yeah, Christine was super active, not only asking for feedback, but also giving feedback. And again, she gave value by giving her opinion, and she made friends because of it, because people really appreciated her feedback. Megan has a question. She says, I'm sorry if you've answered this already, but in buying this bootcamp, will it be accessible forever? Yes, it will. You get access forever, and you can go through the course at your own pace. I'm going to talk about that again in a little bit. She said, I'm not in a place to create a website right now, but I hope to be in the future. So Megan, I have a whole slide about this, but seriously, this course will not be this price. It will only be this price tonight, and I'm never going to offer it this low ever again. So yes, you have access forever. You have access to the Facebook group forever. So if you buy it tonight, you get it for $99, and you can start it whenever you want. It's there for you forever. Cool. I also wanted to show you a little bit of what HJ Stack had to say. And she said, Brittany's website course was so thorough and informative. I've not just created a website, I've made a home base for my author journey. And I'm so happy that I now have the tools to make the most of it with my platform. If you're wanting both Brittany's expertise as well as learning alongside others for a sense of community, I highly recommend her author website course. So, more bonuses because we're awesome. Another bonus you get when registering today is when your website is finished, I will feature it on the testimonials page on my website, which you can already check out and see what's there. And I'm always referencing people to this page, whether people want to connect with other writers or check out new books by up-and-coming writers or see examples of great websites. So AKA, this is free promotion for you and your platform. Just saw a comment from Cam too. Being able to customize and change your website with your own personal development is essential. Having a solid starting point is definitely a valuable Jumpstart. Yes. And Christine says, I love my gold stamp. You're welcome. Cool. Okay. Athena, I've signed up. Athena, you're my new favorite person. Oh my gosh. If you guys sign up, and again, I have more bonuses that you don't even know about yet, but if you've already signed up, please let me know in the comments because I am dancing in my seat right now. I'm so excited to just have you go through this course and to work with you in the Facebook group. You made my day, Athena. Oh my gosh. Yes. So many bonuses. Yes, Holly. Love the free promo that you received. You're welcome. Awesome. So another bonus that you're going to get for those paying in full today. Okay. So sorry guys for the payment plan stuff, but if you pay in full today, I'm going to give you a few more bonuses from some of my friends. One of these bonuses is from our lovely friend in the comments, Cece Gillings. If you see her in the comments right now, she is the Writerly Owl, and she is giving all of you lovely people who sign up today $20 off design and branding services by her. While the first unit of my bootcamp course does show you how you can go about picking brand colors and other basics, if you'd like your website to have an even more professional look with things like a custom logo, you can work with the Writerly Owl or CC Gillings and get this made and so much more. A couple of my bootcampers have taken advantage of this service in the past and have loved their experience, their branding package, and how it upscaled their website and platform even more. So I'm super excited. And I forgot to do it, but Cam, I'm going to link your just general website in the description of this video if guys, you want to check out her design and branding services in general. The next one, the second one you're going to get from one of my lovely friends is 20% off book cover design services by Mandy Lynn. Even more than your website, guys, just hear me, a fantastic professional book cover will sell your books like crazy. And it's crazy because I love websites. I've been talking about websites this whole time, but even more than your website, a fantastic professional book cover will sell your books like crazy. For those that aren't looking to publish soon, I show you in my bootcamp how to make a great temporary 3D cover to get people excited about your book. But if you're looking to publish your book in the next year or so, you can use this discount up to 6 months after purchasing the course to have Mandy design your final book cover. And she already has a bunch that I've sort of shown here that are that you can sort of get and then get customized, but she also does completely customized from the ground up. You can check out her portfolio on her website. So many good things, you guys. Christine's sharing a lot of good stuff, so I'm just going to shout her out again. She says, something also so cool is that when you publish your website, we do this group thing where we all share it on our social media platforms, so you also get free advertisement. Thank you for bringing that up, Christine. I don't think I had that anywhere in here, but yes, that is what we do as well in the Facebook group. Is that when you publish your website, we give you your own special launch day, and we all rally around and repost your posts about your website and your newsletter offering. And so you get a bunch of new people signing up for your newsletter and getting super excited. And I think I see Jackie says signing up now, which I love because I actually have built a website for Jackie or Clary, and she's signing up to now learn all the ins and outs herself. So I'm super excited, Jackie, to see what you're going to come up with. I love that so much. And that's sometimes something that people do too, guys. They'll pay me to create a website for themselves, and I'll give them the couple of things that I can give them in order to know how to customize a little bit. But then they end up going for the course anyway because it just like helps you understand so much. And I talk so much strategy, and I love talking strategy in the live stream sessions as well. And I answer just all this different stuff that maybe wasn't as clear the first time around and give you more tips. And it just, I'm excited. Kira says they plan to sign up sometime in the process of looking for a new job. Totally understand, Kira. Again, this course will be open, forever. It's just that this promotion is only happening now, and then another one for the next couple of days. Okay, some people are needing to go, and I'm gonna wrap up, and then I'm gonna take any questions for a couple of minutes, and then I actually have another call I need to be on. Jackie says, I know you've already designed 2 sites for me, but I want to learn how to do it myself so I can update everything. Yes, I love it. You're gonna be so happy, Jackie. You're gonna learn so much. P.S. As we're on cover designs, Rebecca K. Sampson is in the comments, and she said, Mandy did my cover and I love it so much. So we have somebody already saying yes to Mandy's cover designs as well. Cool. Courtney says, I can't afford to pay full this month. Hopefully next month or in January, and I can't afford the payment plan. And Courtney, at any time you can go ahead and do that payment plan. It should be there for you. Christine says, Brittany taught me everything and gave me all the ideas. Yay! And Megan says, I'm not currently on Facebook. Is it necessary to get the full experience? Is it worth it to create a Facebook profile specifically for this? So Megan, what I would say is purchase the course, start going through the course. And then if you feel like, hey, I would really benefit, I think, from interacting with people and getting more feedback. I have had people create Facebook profiles or pages. I think I can accept you also as a Facebook page. And they create that just to be a part of the course, and they love it. Okay. Rachel, yes, this will be available to rewatch, but we are wrapping up very shortly. So what is in this course? What is this course worth right now? With all of these bonuses, you're getting a total value of over $1,200, you guys, for just $99 today. I also want to assure you again that you don't need to start this course right away, as this is a self-study version of the course. So I've already sort of said this, but I want to reiterate it right now. Once you purchase, you have lifetime access. So you can take it at any time and take as long as you need to finish. For example, you might be thinking this is a great opportunity, but you're knee-deep in prepping and getting ready for NaNoWriMo like I am, but you can purchase this course right now at this incredible low price that it will never be again, and then plan to start digging into the content once NaNoWriMo is over. This way, you can take some brain space from your book baby and the craziness of writing 50,000 words in 1 month, and instead start telling people about your brand new shiny book project in style, developing your website to pull in readers that will be excited to purchase the book when it's published. And you got the course for the super low price when it was offered. So if you're super excited about what you learned today and you can't wait to get started with the full course, click the link in the description of this video or go to the link at the bottom of the screen. And don't forget to use the code, that's 51OFF, 51OFF, lowercase or uppercase, it should work. I think it's been working for everybody else, so great. And remember, this discount will only work until midnight tonight EST. It is, I'm just gonna say October 9th. So make sure that you've got the right date. But I also want you to make sure for anybody else that can't afford it right now, make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter, because I am going to be talking more about the course through my newsletter and through social media. You can follow me there, and I have my handles right here. I do give free tips all the time through my social media too. But definitely stay in tune with me, because I have another announcement tomorrow. But if any of you are still unsure, I can stick around for just a couple more minutes. I am going to be late for a call, and I shouldn't be, but I want to answer any more of your questions. So just let me know if you have any other questions, and we're going to wrap this up. Christine asked, would you want us to advertise your sale price till midnight or keep it private to this group? I would say, Christine, if you're going to advertise this, tell them to check out this video and tell them that there is information and a deal that only lasts until midnight tonight. So if anybody couldn't make it earlier but has time to watch before midnight and wants to get the coupon, I'm totally fine with it, because then you still have watched and you've got it within the time window. So Jesse, the link isn't working for me. Yeah, refresh, Jesse, and I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to copy it straight into the chat box right now, and I hope that works. Let me know. All right, I'm just going to scour here and see what other questions we might have, and I know Holly put in some questions here. Okay, yeah, so it had some people asking about WordPress. Again, anybody that currently has their website on a different landing page, again, I except for the Wix, unit where I talk about I talk about Wix a lot, but I do show you in the course how you can progressively, again, start from scratch with Wix and then move progressively into using just Wix and not WordPress. If you love WordPress, I totally understand. You can totally stay there. But if you want to understand all the stuff that you're going to get in the course, just know that if you're willing to move to Wix, I do walk you through that process and give you tips about how to do that. Let's see. I think I answered all of the questions that I see in the doc. Thank you so much, Holly, for putting those in there. Cool. Yeah, if any of you guys want to help me spread the word about this course, please, please, please share it definitely before midnight with, you can take a screenshot right now of this page and share it and tell them to check out the link in my bio on Instagram or Twitter, and they can go to the free webinar link and just click that and it'll bring them to this video and they'll be able to get all the content and hear about the course. So again, if you know any writers that want to grow their author platform, I would love for you to share this. That would be awesome. And tag me, please tag me, because I will then repost your tag and share you to all of my followers, because again, that's how we do things. We help each other out. Cool. Okay, I am going to have to leave. I'm just going to stay for one more minute to see if there are any other additional questions, and then we're going to wrap up. And actually, I will take this off and just say, hi, guys. This was so much fun. I loved all the interaction in the comments. I hope you guys got to take lots of notes. And again, this will be available for replay if you want to go back and take some more notes. But if you are joining the course, which I see Megan is enrolling right now, so she says, I'm so excited for this. You're spoiling us, Brittany. I like to spoil people. I love to just give everything. So I'm really excited that you guys are taking advantage of this. How can I make my website for free? I tell you all of that, Catherine, in the course. I walk you through all the different steps, the difference between upgrading and not upgrading. But during the whole course, you can make your whole website and launch it for free. And I show you how to do that. I don't need to enroll, but I'm totally about to go back through the course and get serious. Yes, so all my past boot campers got automatic access to the self-study program. So Morgan, definitely go back through and join us in the Facebook group. All my past boot campers are also in the present Facebook group. So you guys will get automatically all of their insights and all of the things that they learned while they were in boot camp, and get to see all of their amazing websites and get to make friends with them because all of them are amazing. Yeah, Cam says, grab all the goodies, everyone. Yes. Athena's so excited about this course. I'm so excited. You're excited. Rebecca says, amazing webinar, Brittany. Yay. Thank you, Rebecca, for being here. And so Catherine, yeah, definitely make sure when this is done to just press replay and you can learn all the things. JJ says, so awesome. Thanks so much, Brittany. Enrolled in the course. Did you really? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Yay. And Christine, it's like Halloween came early. Oh, that makes me happy. Morgan says, I need to use my bonuses before they expire. Good. Yes. Any past boot campers who got bonuses when they signed up, definitely make sure you use your bonuses. Where do I put in the coupon code? Megan, when you are on the checkout screen, it should, here, let me see. I want to make sure you can find it. It's on the checkout screen. It's like on the top right-hand corner. So if I say enroll in course, I'm going to show this screen to you in a second. Hold on. Stay with me. Okay. So let me show you. Gosh, I didn't even show you guys the whole amazing. Oops, that's not it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. This is the checkout screen. You guys see that? And right here, it says add coupon. You just click here and type in the coupon. And once you press enter, it'll change this price. And ooh, we have Christine and Savannah and all kinds of fun people. Okay. And I did want to show you just the full course here, at least the sales page. So yeah, this is where you get to. You can enroll here. You can find out some more details. You can see the whole course curriculum. So if you want to get a preview of everything that is included, oh my gosh, there's so much. And you can click here to see even more. And then frequently asked questions. So if you have any other questions, like when does this course start? Why do I need a website as an author? How important is it for an unpublished author if I to have a website? Why do you use Wix to create websites? Do I have to pay a separate fee to have a Wix website? What if I'm already paying for a different web development platform? Oh, here you go. All right, I'm just going to read this real fast. If you already have a website with different web development platform that you are currently paying for, let's say WordPress, but you don't like it and want to switch to Wix, this is what I usually suggest. So here you go. After you take this course and create the website of your dreams for free with Wix.com, I would change your WordPress website to a simple landing page that says something like, enter my website here, with a button that sends you, the viewer, to your free Wix website. When your WordPress premium plan expires, cancel your plan there and transfer your author website domain to your Wix website when you upgrade to a premium account. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys that were wondering about that. You can also read testimonials here. You can read more on that page. And then this is where you can pay for the course and enroll. So I hope that's helpful. Never mind, I found it. Okay, well, hopefully that helps somewhere. Cam, you're so welcome I'm so glad you were wanting to be a part of the bonus features for this course. So that makes me really happy. So thanks for being involved. And yeah, right under there. Okay. And Holly says, yeah, you guys are going to be so happy you signed up. Best decision I've made was doing this course. Holly, you're great. I love you. Okay, so people are celebrating. I think that's all. We've been here for an hour and a half. Christine, I put the forward link on your current website. Yay, thank you. And yeah, you guys are fabulous for sticking with me for an hour and a half. Even if you can't sign up for the course right now, I hope that all the things I shared were super helpful and insightful and helps you get started. And for those of you that are signed up for the course, I am super excited for you to get started. Just a quick note, if you're still with me, there is a comment feature at the bottom of most of the lessons, but I'm going to be getting rid of that because I want you to be posting more in the Facebook group so that people can interact with you. During the beta testing stage of the self-study course, we found that people weren't getting as much interaction and engagement by doing the comments in the actual course. So I've moved that over to the Facebook group. We have certain sections for different units, but I haven't gotten rid of the comments feature in each of the lectures or each of the lessons. So that's going to disappear tomorrow. And I will instead have links to the Facebook group so that you can comment there. Or if you're not using the Facebook group at the moment, I will put my email so that you can email me directly. You're so welcome, Courtney. Megan said, just enrolled and I'm so excited to be investing in my future. Thanks for everything, Brittany. You're so welcome. Wow, I'm so excited. Athena says, it's 9:30 there, isn't it? Yes, it is. I don't know. Hopefully that's helpful. But yes, again, if you're watching this on the replay and it is still October 9th and it is not midnight yet, you can still use this code. And if it is past that time, make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter because I have something else for you tomorrow. 2.5 hours till the code ends. I think so. 10:30, 11:30, 2.5 hours. Yes, I can do math. Okay, I'm really gonna leave now. You guys are amazing. I'm so excited to work with some of you and good luck. And yeah, you're great. Okay, bye everybody. And of course, this takes forever to finish. So I'm just gonna dance.